Hello and welcome everyone to the current affairs series. First of all, we'll see that International Day of Democracy, which has been celebrated at Karnataka, Bangalore. Okay, in which human chain was made to mark International Day of Democracy, which depicts what it depicts the sense of equality, fraternity, and liberty that people still hold for their protection of democracy, and people have participate and people have their say in those certain kind of political systems, and they believe on their core uh, core ideas of democracy, which provide them have their say with the conduction of regular periodic elections and so on. Now second is that center is basically a kind of center for rural enterprise acceleration through technology, which is also abbreviated as create. You can see some of the photos during the session, that what are those photos depicting. These photos depicting that the conduction of certain conferences that held at Leh Ladakh, and about the Center for Rural Enterprises Acceleration through the technology. What it will do, it will enhance the local productivity, product quality. Under this, people are also be given certain trainings for the making of pashmina wool revoing facility, for the extraction of essential oils. So all this, those who don't know what is pashmina wool, I have mentioned over here that pashmina wool is refers to a fine variant of spun cashmere, the animal hair fiber, and this animal is the mountain goat, also known as Capra hircus, found in the Changthang plateau of the Tibet and part of Ladakh. Now next is 75% of disengagement problems with China on the lax stand of sorted out S. Jayasankar. S. Jayasankar, in a conference at Switzerland, expressed about that increasing militarization of the border between India and China is the biggest matter to think upon, because India's claim is the line of scene is in the official boundary marked on the maps released by the Survey of India, including both Azerbaijan and Baltistan. Okay, this means that LAC is not the claim for India. In case of China, LAC is the claim line, except in the eastern sector, where it claims that entire Arunachal Pradesh as South Tibet. Now clarity of vision on the eye drops for press phobia and claims. This is basically a particular kind of issues that emerged regarding the drug advertisement, where people or the company from the pharmaceuticals or the drug company, which gives you fake advertisements, and the promise of specular cures advertised in the media from time to time, in fact prompt separate legislation to curb such claims. The Drugs and Magic Remedies Objectionable Advertisement Act in the 1984, which will suspend a pharma company's permission to manufacture such market product when it will violate these things. It will also impose strict regulation on the publication of such advertisement related to drugs. It basically the it is basically other than articles meant for consumption definition for the magic remedy also under this act, which extends to say that talismans, mantras, and charms that allegedly possess miraculous power for healing or influencing bodies. So under such magic remedies act, if company violates the act, individual in charge of its business operation may also deemed guilty unless they can prove lack of knowledge or demonstrate due to the diligence in prevent of the offences. Director, managers, or officers of such company may be punished for this offences. So these are the things which has been taken into the consideration. Now the next is Shubhadra scheme. Shubhadra schemes talk about recently our Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched Shubhadra scheme for the flagship, another flagship of scheme of government of Odisha in Bhubaneswar. So what is like see his tweet and things. Uh, now, about Subhadra scheme, the basic I'll tell you that it is a name after the goddess Subhadra, the younger sibling of Lord Jagannath, the presiding deity of Orissa. It is present in the temple of Jagannath. All eligible beneficiary between the age of 21 to 60 years would receive 50,000 over a period of 5 years between 2024-25 to 2028-29. An amount of rupees 10,000 per annum in two equal installment will be credited directly to the beneficiary's Aadhaar enabled and DBT enabled bank account. How it will work? The money will be deposited directly into the beneficiary Aadhaar cards enabled single holder bank account. The government has made eKYC mandatory for such schemes. A Subhadra debit card will be issued to the beneficiary. A total of 100 beneficiary with the highest number of digital transactions in each Gram Panchayat and urban local bodies will receive additional incentives of rupees 500. Women from economically well-off families, government employees and income tax pay will not be eligible for this scheme. Women who receive assistance of 1500 or more per month or rupees 18,000 or more per year under any other government scheme will also be excluded. There is no last date to register. The process will continue until the all eligible beneficiary have been registered. Now, the next is about PM Asha, which PM Asha, under which the Union Cabinet recently extended the PM Asha price support scheme in agriculture till 2025 to 2026. This is about PM Asha. It talks about the physical procurement of pulses, oilseeds, copra will be done in the central nodal agencies with the proactive role of state governments. In addition to the National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India (NAFED), Food Corporation of India (FCI) will take up the price support scheme further in operation to all of the districts and states. Price stabilization fund that comes under this. It will help the consumer from extreme volatility in the price of any agri or horticultural commodities or the products. Price deficiency payment system is that under this it is proposed to cover all the oil seeds under for which MSP minimum support price is notified. Direct payment of the difference between MSPs and the selling model price will be made. Pre-register farmer selling his produce in the notified market yard through a transparent auction processes. Then next part is that market intervention scheme MIS. It will provide the remunerative price to farmer growing perishable horticulture crops. The government has increased the coverage from 20 to 25% of the production and has ended a new option of marketing differential payment directly into the farmer's account instead of physical procurement under the MIC. Okay, further in case of tomato, onions, potato, all the things are given over here. So now next is that how news from international relations is that who are Houthis, or basically how Yemen's Houthis. Yemen is a place. Okay, Yemen is a place. Yemen is a place basically. Now here like Yemen's Houthis rebels launched a ballistic missile that struck near the Israelis Tel Aviv, a bustling commercial hub recently, and they are basically known as Ansar Allah, the partition of God, are Iranian-backed Site Muslim military and a political movement in Yemen. Its member who subscribe to the minority Zaidi sect of Shiite, or you can say Shia Islam, advocate the regional autonomy for the Zaidis in northern Yemen. The Shiite Muslim are the minority communities in the Islamic world, and Zaidis are the minority of Shiites. Okay. Significantly different in the doctrine and beliefs from the Shiites who dominate in the Iran, Iraq and elsewhere. They are minority in Yemen, which predominantly Sunni Muslims, but they are significant one. numbering in the hundreds thousand and making up much as third of overall population. The group emerged in 1990s and takes its name from the movement later found Hussein al-Houthi. The Houthi movement began as effort to maintain the tribal autonomy in the north, Yemenite protest Western influence in the Middle East. They have been fighting Yemen's Sunnis majority government since 2004. The Houthis took over the Yemeni capital Sana'a in September 2014 and seized the control over the much of the North Yemen by 2016. Currently, Houthis control approximately one-third of the Yemeni territory. Today, Houthis seeks greater role in Yemeni government, continue to advocate the Jadi minorities' interests. The movement is known for the virulently anti-American and anti-Semitic rhetoric, and several of the group leaders have been designated as a terrorist by the United States of America. So this happens, and then the next one is about the FATF, which is basically a terror financing watchdog. Financial Action Task Force has said that India has achieved a high level of technical compliance with its recommendation and taken significant steps to implement the measures to tackle illicit finance. Okay. So this is basically the news about us, and headquarters is present at Paris, France. Members, to become a member, a country must consider the strategically important large population, large GDP, developed banking, insurance sector, must adhere to globally accept financial standards and to participate in other important international organizations. This includes 39 members, including United States, India, China, Saudi Arabia, Britain, Germany, France, and EU as such. Okay. Three countries like North Korea, Iran, Myanmar, consequently are in the blacklist. Consequences of being the blacklist in FATF: no financial aid is given to them in International Monetary Fund, World Bank, Asian Development Bank, European Union. They also face the number of international economic, financial restrictions and sanctions. FATF regularly publishes the report that raise awareness about the latest money laundering, terrorist financing, and proliferation of financing techniques, so that countries and the private sector can take the necessary step to mitigate these risks. Now, the next one is the advocate on record, in which a division of Justice Bela M. Trivedi and Satish Chandra Sharma, that names of appearing lawyers shall be informed by the AOR on such each date of hearing as instructed in 2022. About advocate on record, you can see that the concept of AOR was introduced by the SC with the power given it to under Article 145 Clause 1 of the Indian Constitution. And then advocate on record is a legal professional who is entitled to represent the clients and plead for them in SCs. Any notice or in order to correspond by the SC is sent to advocate on record, and there are Order 4, Rule 5 of Supreme Court Rules to 2013 lays down the requirement to be fulfilled to become an AOR, which is the advocate is required to be enrolled with any state bar council. The advocate is required to have a prior experience at last 4 years. The advocate has undergone a training of 1 year under a senior AOR. The advocate has appeared for the examination conducted by Supreme Court. The advocate is required to have an office in Delhi with the radius of 10 miles from the SC house and give an undertaking to employ a clerk who shall be registered clerk with one of the being registered as an advocate on record. Once registered is issued a unique identification number that must be used on all documents filed in the Supreme Court from him or her. Now the next is India's progress in global security cyber security index. India has marked a significant milestone in cybersecurity efforts by achieving top tier 1 status in global cybersecurity index. Okay, with the remarkable score that is flashed on your screen, 98.49. About this, this is a PIB report about global security index. It is a trusted reference that measures the commitment of the countries to cybersecurity at the global level. It is to raise the awareness of the importance and the different dimension of the issue. Each country's level of development or engagement is assessed along with the 5 pillars, namely legal measures, technical measures, organizational measures, capacity development and cooperation, and then aggregated into overall score. It is published by the International Telecommunication Union. Okay, the key highlights of GCI 2024 is that it report placed 46 country in tier 1, the highest of 5 tier reserved for the role modeling countries that demonstrate a strong commitment in all 5 cybersecurity pillars. Okay, the headquarters is present at Geneva, Switzerland, and now next is 11th National Level Exhibition and Project Competition 2024 Manak program. Recently 11th National Level Exhibition took place at New Delhi. About this, it is Manak is Million Minds Augmenting National Aspiration and Knowledgeable is one of the flagship scheme of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. It is basically for the nurturing the ideas and innovation of the school student and motivate them to pursue science and career and research. This is jointly implemented by the DST and the National Innovation Foundation NIF India. It aims to motivate student age group 10 to 15 years studying in class 6 to 10 to become future innovators and critical thinkers. And the report is fully headed by some of the renowned person on which has been flashed on your screen. The significance about this Manak program, it believes that once again original ideas and innovation rooted in science and technology by the student get incubated. It fosters a culture of creativity and innovative thinking among school going children. Further, what is NIF? So National Innovation Foundation set up in March 2000 with the assistance of Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. It's India's national initiative to strengthen the grassroots technological innovations and outstanding traditional knowledge. Its mission to help India to become a creative, knowledge-based society by expanding policy and institutional space for grassroots technological innovators. Now next is the list of the winners. Okay, you can go through this. You will also get it on the PIB site and also on my screen. Now next is MHA fast track immigration plan expanded 21 major airports. Okay, the Union Ministry of Home Affairs has decided to expand the special fast track immigration trusted traveler program FTITP to 20 other airports across the country. And this basically means that eligible passengers are allowed to utilize the e-gates and bypass regular immigration queues for a seamless experience. To enroll in such scheme, the applicant has to register on an online portal with the details of the document. Validity: the FTI registration will be valid for maximum of 5 years or until the validity of the passport, whichever comes first. Okay, it was first launched at Delhi IGI in airport. Okay, it is similar to the United States Global Entry Program, which allows the fast track clearance for the pre-approved and low risk travelers upon their arrival at selected airport in the US. So this is about this of fast track immigration program. Now next is what exercise ICA is basically like the National Disaster Management Authority in collaboration with the South Command of Indian Army organized a 2-day national symposium, exercise ICA, on disaster management in Chennai. It is basically the word Aika means oneness in Tamil, reflects the exercise aimed to integrate India's disaster management community. It brought together key stakeholders from across peninsular India to enhance disaster preparedness and response capabilities. The exercise witnessed participation from six southern states, UTs, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Puducherry. Key organization involved: Indian Meteorological Department, National Remote Sensing Centers, Indian National Center for Ocean Information Service, Central Water Commission, Forest Survey of India, Geographical Survey of India, Department of Telecommunications, stimulate emergency situations to test role and responsibility, foster discussion on the technology trends in disaster relief, and reviewed lessons from the recent operations. It addresses the issues including tsunamis, landslides, floods, cyclones, industrial incidents, and forest fire with focus on recent events in Tamil Nadu, Wayanad, and Andhra Pradesh. Now, the next one is one nation, one election. That is what ECI must do to hold the what ECI must do to hold the simulations, simultaneous Lok Sabha and Assembly polls across India. This is one of the panel, Coven panel, under which Election Commission flagged the need for the large number of additional EVMs and many more things that which are necessary for conducting an election. That required like a huge amount of time and money. So in the recent past, ECI has been varying of taking on a even small additional election burden. So this will be the greatest saving for our country. So they initiated the one nation, one election policy. Now the next is India's Center Genome. Recently announced that it has launched India's first comprehensive cancer multi-omics data portal. Okay, the key facts about this is that it is a national initiative focused on mapping cancer across India, supported by the foundation, the ICGA Foundation, a non-profit profit organization, operates through a public-private philanthropic partnership. It receives the support from more than 50 clinics, research and data analysts. Its mission is to enhance the cancer diagnosis and treatment for the Indian patient and contribute to the global understanding of cancer biology. The foundation of the first project focuses on the multi-omics profiling of breast cancer, with the plans to extend this effort to other types of cancer in future. Now next is 2-day Two-day Global Food Regulator Summit concludes that pledge to strengthen food safety system across the globe, and basically Union Minister of Food Processing, that is Chirag Paswan, who has addressed about these in the summit, okay, in the 2-day Global Food Regulator Summit, and they has provided the overview on the discussion of the addressing the critical subjects like contaminant monitoring system, new age analysis and food testing, addressing hidden hunger through the fortification and impact of animal feed on the food safety and human health. Various initiatives like food import rejection alerts, FIRA, fix flavors of Shri Anna, Sehat or Swad Ka Sang, or all these was launched as a program in the inauguration ceremony. Okay. And then India signed US led IPEF blocks agreements on clean and fair economy. India and has been actively participating in EPEF, but not in all pillars. But India has decided to opt out of the trade pillars of the IPEF, as most issues promoted by this particular kind of like framework does not supports India does not align with the India's trade policy. India ratified the agreement on supply chains resilience Pillar 2 in February 2024, has maintained observer status in the Pillar 1. India signed and exchanged the first of its kind of agreement focused on clean economy Pillar 3, fair economy Pillar 4. The agreement on the clean economy intends to accelerate efforts in IPEF partner towards energy security, GHG, greenhouse gas emission mitigation, developing innovative way of reducing dependence on the fossil fuel energy and promoting the technical cooperation. Now, the next is Quad Cancer Moonshoot Initiative, under which recently the Quad grouping took a groundbreaking cancer initiative called the Quad Cancer Moonshot Initiative. It was launched by the Quad countries India, United States, Australia, Japan. It aimed at implementing innovative strategy to prevent, detect, and treat elevate impact of the cancer on the patient and their family. It focuses on the expanding cervical cancer screening. It increases vaccination against the human papillomavirus or HPV, a common sexually transmitted infection that primarily causes of cervical cancer and treated patient. India's contribution is that India will additionally offer the technical assistance to the interested countries in the Indo-Pacific region on the DPI for the cancer screening and care for continuum through its US $10 million contribution to WHO's global initiative on digital health. India commits to provide HPV sampling kits, detection tool, and cervical cancer vaccines worth $7.5 million to the Indo-Pacific region. India is working on the AI-based treatment protocol over the disease. India will provide support for the radiotherapy treatment and the capacity building for the cancer prevention in the Indo-Pacific region. This significant contribution aims to strengthen the local efforts to prevent and detect cervical cancer and empower communities with affordable, accessible tools for early detection and prevention, while supporting vaccination program to reduce the disease burden across the region. Okay. So this is also mentioned over here. I've mentioned the all details about the Quad Cancer Moonshot Initiative because it is very necessary initiative by India, which you all need to know about. Okay. Now it's time for Goa Maritime Symposium. It's basically PIB's report on the India's Navy is hosting the 5th edition of the Goa Maritime Symposium. It is a forum for fostering collaborative thinking, cooperation, mutual understanding between the India and key maritime nations of the Indian Ocean region. The theme is based for the event is a common maritime security challenge in the India's ocean region, progressing the lines of effort to mitigate the dynamic threats such as illegal and unregulated fishing and other illegal maritime activities. It will be participated by the representative of 12 Indian Ocean littoral countries: Bangladesh, Comoros, Indonesia, Madagascar, Malaysia, Maldives, Mauritius, Myanmar, Seychelles,